Ancient strategy, modern sales, one usable line per episode.
Last time, let them choose the pace. Today, the strength of non-action, and why doing nothing is sometimes the best thing you can do. I have a deal that's stalled. Nothing I do seems to move it. I've sent follow-ups. I've shared case studies. I've offered discounts. The more I push, the quieter they get.
What if the answer isn't more action?
That's terrifying. My instinct says if I stop, I lose the deal.
Your instinct is a product of urgency, not strategy. By the end of this episode, you'll know when inaction is the strongest position, and how to use it without losing momentum.
In sales, we're taught that activity equals results. More calls, more emails, more touch points. The person who works hardest wins.
That's the activity trap.
The activity trap.
The belief that doing more always produces more. But there's a threshold. Past a certain point, activity becomes noise. And noise pushes people away. The prospect who was considering you now feels pursued. Pursuit triggers resistance.
So my follow-ups might be what's stalling the deal.
Not the follow-ups themselves. The energy behind them. When a follow-up says, just checking in, the prospect hears, I need this. And need repels. Sun Tzu captured this in one of his most misunderstood principles. Bu Qi Sheng Zai Ji, invincibility lies in oneself.
You make yourself unbeatable by not overextending.
In Tactical Dispositions, Sun Tzu teaches, Shan Shou Jie, Kank Yu Ju De Ji Chia. The skilled defender hides beneath the 9 layers of earth. The skilled attacker strikes from the highest heavens. Know when to be still. Know when to move. Most people move too soon, and reveal their position before the conditions are set.
So non-action isn't passivity. It's strategic restraint.
The general who holds position when the battlefield isn't ready conserves his army. The one who attacks prematurely loses soldiers for nothing. Your follow-up emails are soldiers. Are they deployed strategically, or wasted?
When should I hold?
3 signals that non-action is the right move.
First signal.
The prospect has gone quiet after receiving your proposal. They have everything they need to decide. More information won't help. What they need is time and space. Adding more touchpoints signals anxiety, not value. Second, you've given the same message in 3 different ways and nothing shifted. The problem isn't your messaging. The problem is timing, or internal politics, or something you can't see. More of the same won't unlock it. Something else needs to change, and that change often happens without you.
Third signal.
You can feel yourself becoming desperate. The energy of your outreach has shifted from, I have something valuable, to, please respond. When you notice that shift, stop. Recalibrate. The prospect can feel desperation, even in an email.
3 signals, silence after proposal, same message hitting a wall, and my own desperation. All signs to hold.
Holding doesn't mean disappearing. It means shifting your energy from pursuing to positioning.
What does that look like in practice?
Instead of another follow-up, do something useful. Share a relevant article without mentioning the deal. Connect them with someone in their space. Post content that addresses their challenge. You stay present without pursuing. That's the strongest signal.
So I'm still visible, but not needy.
Present without pressure. That's the art of strategic patience.
How long do I wait?
Until something changes. A new quarter, a new initiative, a new contact. When the conditions shift, your position is already there. You didn't chase, you waited. And waiting in position is what Sun Tzu called invincibility. 3 moves for when you're tempted to push. Move 1. Replace the follow-up with value. Instead of checking in, send something genuinely useful. An insight, a data point, a connection, no ask attached. Value without expectation builds trust silently.
Move 2.
Set a revisit date, and tell them, I'll circle back in 3 weeks. No rush from my end. Now the pressure is gone. The timeline is clear, and you signaled confidence. Confident people don't chase.
And move 3.
Work on your other deals. The best antidote to desperation is a full pipeline. When this isn't your only opportunity, the energy shifts naturally. You stop gripping, the deal breathes, and breathing deals move. The one line.
Let's hear it.
Step back to move forward.
Non-action as strategy.
When the deal stalls, check yourself. Am I pushing because it's strategic, or because I'm anxious? If anxious, step back. Reposition. Wait for the conditions to change. The strongest move is often the one you don't make.
So stepping back isn't giving up. It's holding position.
Giving up is walking away. Stepping back is choosing your ground, and waiting. Here's a test. Take your most stalled deal. Instead of the follow-up you planned, send one piece of value with no ask. A relevant article, a quick insight. See what happens when you show up without needing anything.
Value without expectation. What if they never come back?
Then the deal was already gone. Your follow-ups weren't keeping it alive, they were disturbing the silence. Some deals need to rest. Some need to die. Both are better than slow suffocation by email.
3 tools. Step back to move forward. Replace follow-ups with value. And set a revisit date. All about strategic patience over anxious activity.
Let's lock them in.
My takeaway: activity past a certain point becomes noise. Noise pushes prospects away. Non-action isn't passivity, it's restraint. Hold your position, stay visible with value, wait for the conditions to change.
Keep going.
Sun Tzu said invincibility lies in oneself. Don't overextend, don't reveal your position prematurely. In sales, that means knowing when to hold. Silence after a proposal, stalled messaging, rising desperation, all signs to step back. One principle: step back to move forward.
Drill zone. Come back here when you catch yourself chasing a stalled deal. A deal has gone quiet. You sent 3 follow-ups. The urge to send a 4th is strong. What do you tell yourself?
Step back to move forward.
Again, like the general who holds position when the battlefield isn't ready.
Step back to move forward.
Good. Now the value move.
Send one piece of genuine value, no ask attached.
And the patience signal.
I'll circle back in 3 weeks. No rush from my end.
The sequence. Deal stalling. First, step back to move forward. Second, replace the follow-up with value. Third, set a revisit date and wait. Don't chase. Position. The conditions will shift.
Value, date, wait.
This week's test. Pick one stalled deal. Cancel the follow-up you planned. Instead, send one useful insight with 0 ask. Track whether they re-engage on their own.
And if they do,
then the space worked. You traded pressure for presence, and presence moved the deal more than any email could.
Which move should I try first?
Whichever fits your week. A. Step back to move forward. B. Send value with no ask. Or C. I'll circle back in 3 weeks. No rush. Drop your pick in the comments. I read every one.
What's next?
When stepping back moves things forward, the indirect path and why it often arrives first. Same calm tone, one usable line.
Ancient strategy, modern sales, one usable line per episode.